Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of Sordward and Shielbert's spectacular podcast. We're up to number 10. Finally, the big 1-0, double digits, baby. We made it. Not canceled. Copyright claims, get out of here. I keep winning those. It's Lab Dog, head coach of the Boston Braviaries, your still reigning champ for now, and the commissioner. This week, I'm joined by Will, head coach of Paris Saint-Germain, PSG.
There we go.
That every time, but we'll keep going.
You're doing good.
Here also with Chris, head coach of the Lavender Town Gangars.
Indeed. How's it going, guys?
He brought the tea. I don't know what that's got to say. I know
it's espresso.
But yeah, looks like a little Kermit teacup there going on. And we'll get to him later. The Kingslayer, the Street Killer, the man, the myth, the legend, Nelson, head coach of the Davenport Dragapults.
How's it going, everybody?
Segment for you, my friend.
What?
I said we'll have a little segment for you in particular, my friend. But we'll.
All right.
Let's let us schmucks do a little talking first, okay?
All right, do your thing.
All right, awesome. So, guys, week 6 in the books. 3/4 of the way down in the regular season. Very exciting. The playoffs really starting to shape up. Who's going to be making it, So let's just break down our games for this week. I'll start off going into the week 2 and 3. I was making my comeback, slipped a little bit last week against Waco, so I knew I had to rebound if I have any shot of making it back to the playoffs. And I was matched up against the 4-1 Minnesota Nido Kings. My cousin Matt, the little tidbit here, the only coach in season 1 that I did not defeat on my run to the championship. He was the only coach to beat me and then not lose to me again in the playoffs. So very interesting tidbit there. So would I get my revenge or would he still be the better of me? No, I got the better of him.
Aha.
Check out that match for those who didn't. Amazing turn 1. Looking at his battles, I saw that he always leaves Darmanitan and one of his Indeedis. Of course, that's what he brings. I lead off with Hitmontop to get the Intimidate on the Darmanitan, for insurance policy. My Melmetal, I go for the Wide Guard, flanking not only his Earthquake, but also his Expanding Force, getting the free Steel Roller, wiping out Psychic Terrain, and killing the Darmanitan. And from there, I could have probably made some moves to get like an extra point or so with a Pokemon remaining if I want to, but I kind of just stayed in that secure position the rest of the game and cleaned it up from there. So, very key turn 1 for me and exactly what I prepped for. Will, started off with a win for this season, and then you went on a slide, and then you had to go up against the Seattle Shiny Sylveons. Tell me how that went.
Yeah, I was on a losing streak, 4 in a row? And this was, I think, the first game I was going up against someone who actually had defeats. So
Interesting.
I figured now's my chance to actually get a win. So I prepared. I wasn't sure because Shiny Sylveon still had a pretty even win-lose, and I was, 4 losses, 1 win. Really skewed, but I pulled it out with 3 Pokemon left. Not bad.
There you go. Yeah, very solid win.
Yeah. Beware came in very good handy. A nice Drain Punch a few times.
Keeps him around for sure. So you said you did a lot of prep. Anything in particular that you did to try and outplay him, or any particular Pokemon where you're like, oh, I know I need to bring this. This will do a lot of work.
I was really afraid of the Dragon types, which is one of the big reasons for Togekiss and Lapras. But Lapras didn't even see any action. Beware was able to take care of most of them.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Props to Beware.
Yeah, Beware.
Beware.
Beware the Beware.
Chris, Lavender Town Gangars. It's been a rough season for you. I hate to say it, but tell me about your match this week with the Denver Ninetales. How did you approach it, and what were your feelings after the match was over?
So it's been a tough season for me. Obviously, there's been a lot that I've learned during the season, especially with doubles. I'm not sure if I mentioned last time I was on. I'm definitely more of a single battler and all that, which I think I got more of a handle on. Doubles, there's obviously a lot more to it. But after my last match with the Worcester Delibirds, there was definitely some glitches there, and it's sort of a wake-up call for me to really sit down and say, okay, what do I have? What can I bring in to these teams? And I know I have a really tough stretch coming up. I mean, I have Montreal this week, so I'm looking to do the best that I can from here on out. Obviously, the playoffs are a little bit out of reach for me at this point. But again, this is what this game's about. It's all about learning and just taking it to the next step. So getting into my match with Denver, though, there was definitely some things that I think I did well with. I think picking up with Persian definitely helped, and some moves that I didn't really pick up, like fake outs, and being able to have moves there that I didn't realize would be helpful in supporting my powerhouse Pokemon, which I pretty much have. I mean, I almost say I wouldn't say my strategy is almost like the Worcester Delibirds being physical attackers, but I think I sort of had that and was thinking, oh, I have more support Pokemon, and I was going with the hazard approach, as you will. But there was much more I needed to do, and I think that pickup with Persian definitely helped. And be able to get some knockoffs off of Denver was definitely helpful. But again, it's a learning curve, and there's just a lot more that I need to come into these next 2 weeks, and that's just like the main focus, really. Whether I win one or lose to the other two, I don't care. I just look to learn from it in every match that I go on from here on out.
There you go. Yeah, that's definitely how, I think one way to approach it. I'm wondering like how, because like you said, I think you have Montreal this week, and then I think you end with Tuscaloosa, if I'm not mistaken. So a couple of the top teams. Nelson might say otherwise. Nelson will tell you can beat them. But,
That's hard though, Chris. Good luck.
Yeah, but
Tom was such right. It was a rough match. So they really back and forth.
Yeah, but I want to say to Chris, I think it'll be interesting to see, like, at this point in the season, do you just say, hey, why don't I just bring out all the bag of tricks and do some like goofy off the wall things, see if it sticks? I'd like to see. I know that Tom records his matches, so I'm excited to see you on back-to-back recordings.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think recordings would definitely be helpful to see how I went into that match. And I think with the strategy that I was going with and the training that I was doing in the background, I think I was just trying to like work into a new strategy that I was trying to work on and all that. And the trade with Montreal helped to trade my Raichu for it. So it was just definitely helpful. I had Raichu, but yeah, the static ability is great, but it didn't really do much with the rest of my team, if you know what I mean. It didn't really fit, I guess is the word I was looking for.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I think, Raichu and Persian are pretty similar, I think, as far as support Pokemon go, but I think Persian is maybe even more in that support role. Like, it can be pretty bulky defensively, and then it also gets, like, Parting Shot, Fake Out, Snarl, etc. So, other than the paralysis that, although I think it might learn Thunder Wave. I could be wrong there. I don't know if Persian learned Thunder Wave.
It knows Icy Wind.
Yeah.
Which was a move that I taught it, which I think was helpful.
Yeah, a lot of support moves, so definitely cool. All right. We've come this far. Nelson.
My turn.
Nelson. Last week, you go up against the 4-0 Tom in the Montreal Milotics. Mr. Tom's Tips, Mr. Breeding Service, Mr. BGC. And you smack him down. Tell him, no, not in my house.
I told you stay down.
Stay down.
You talk all the shit you want until I get my hands on you.
Swap teams and then beat them with it. And then for the sequel, you didn't just go Arnold Schwarzenegger on this Terminator. Dude, no, you followed up with Terminator 2, Judgment Day. All right, and you went up to Tuscaloosa, the 5-0, the 24-point monster. And what did you do?
I clapped him the whole match until he disconnected, unfortunately.
I think he rage quit. I don't know this. He says it's his internet. Listen, kid. All right? We don't live in like, I don't know.
Wait, this is like 2008.
Like we're not in like a third world country here. Your internet don't cut out on Pokemon. Okay? We're not playing like PUBG. We're not playing Modern Warfare here. It's Pokemon. Probably takes like 2 gigs of data or something. Like you could probably play it on your cell phone if Nintendo would do something with it.
That'd be great.
Pokemon Go.
It's actually 1 gig.
I think he rage quit on you. But anyway, break it down for me what did happen before the match got cut short.
So you want me to start? So we were going with Tuscaloosa. So I had a lot of help from Tom Montreal Milotics, because he helped me. I was gonna pick Wish Cash or Quagsire at first. I wanted something kind of bulky. I can take out the Colossal in one hit, and maybe if not one, then 2. But then Tom told me to help me out with like making the Golurk, saying that the Golurk with a band one-shots it, even in the G-Max form. And he also just led Weavile every game. So my Zeraora outspeeds his Weavile, so I just kind of from the rip it was guaranteed to kill the Colossal. And at that point it was like very much one-sided in my favor. When he disconnected, I had 5 mons left. He managed to kill my Bisharp, but it was very one-sided, I think. But also I prepared for it.
Yeah. So after the disconnect, you had 5 Pokemon left. The ERC awarded you 4 points just for errors.
Yeah.
And
also, I could have seen his Gastrodon either legitimately killing one more of my Pokemon, or the Golurk that I had at that point only had 13 HP. So at some point I would have been enticed to sack it off so I can get a clean switch. So under those two, I was talking to him after the match. It's like, if one of those two things would have happened, you would have killed at least one of my Mons. So it's 4-0. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, no, for sure. So it seems like you also want to talk a little bit, since you weren't on last week, about your clapping of Montreal as well. So do you have any words you want to say about that match?
That one wasn't so much as a clapping, I think, as a Tuscaloosa match. That one was like very back and forth. Like it could have gone at the end. Like I'm not sure if you saw Tom's video, but it came down to if his Tailwind gave Oranguru enough speed to kill my Gengar, which it didn't. Like, if he would have gotten enough speed, he would have killed it, and that would have been the game, because Gothorita has no way of taking care of both of those Pokemon, let alone not even just one. But he misplayed it at the beginning, not realizing that Queenly Majesty just shut Frankster off. So I tried to switcheroo my Keldeo to give it the eject button, but Queenly Majesty is just broken. And Secret Sword just ignores the barriers that the Lapras set up, so it was very... I think that's what solidified it for me. That, and also him smacking into Keldeo twice when it used Protect. Trying to get a double kill. Yeah, I remember that match. I was very excited during that match. Like when he said, when Aegis Shadow Ball hit Keldeo, Protect, Instruct, cool, hit Keldeo again. G-Max Gengar one-shots Aegis Slash, and it was very much ahead at that point. But yeah, Tom's match was really good. He didn't help me up with his match. I didn't need it. It was fine.
Oh dang! I didn't need the help anyway.
I didn't need the help for his team.
Not that you would help me against you, but I didn't need it anyway.
I didn't need it anyway.
Damn, savage. But you back it up so we can talk it. Right.
Oh yeah.
I guess we should ask the question then. I mean, Davenport, with those 2 wins, you're still 4-2, so you're not among this mess of 5-1s that we have. But guys, do we think Davenport's proven he's the top team right now, even at a 4-2?
Crickets.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, it's a tough question, right?
Yeah.
He took down the two top teams.
I mean,
would argue.
4-2 is still really good.
Yeah, it's still really good. I'm just saying there's a mess of 5-1, but can
Yeah.
we say a 4-2 is better than these 5-1?
If you look at the standings, you know,
If you
We'll
look at the
look
standings,
at the
no.
standings in a moment, and then maybe we'll double back to this question. That's a good point, Chris.
yeah,
So-
stack up.
Yeah,
See what
now
stacks up.
that we all went over our games, let's just break down the transactions that happened this week real quick. So I'm just gonna kind of rattle these off, and we can kind of talk about them. So here's the big one, the first one that Nelson alluded to. He dropped a Lowland Doug Trio and added Golurk, which was key to his win this week. So great pickup there for yourself. Then we had Montreal, as Chris said, trading the Lowland Persian to the Gengar for Raichu. Chris, I know you like that trade, of course. Gives you a very good support Pokemon. And at the end of the week, we had Waco, Scissors. They added Cloyster, dropping Kling Plang. Very interesting. I don't think they had any water types, and I know Cloyster with the right setup can do a lot. So I like that better than the Kling Plang that they had. But yeah, pretty dry week for transactions, and this week is actually our last week for trades and free agent pickups. So we'll have to see how busy this week gets.
You can see this week's transactions being very active. You can see the blunt being active this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely putting through a trade this week. So
Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, I'll have to spam the trading block again. I don't know. Any of you guys want a Tailwind setter?
Go on. What tier is it?
Steve,
Which one is it?
Braviary?
Maybe.
Maybe, okay. Let's talk trades after the match. All right, so let's take a look at these standings now as I'm clicking around here. You guys see that? All right, there we go. You guys see that? All right, it like lagged on me for a second.
Oh, there we
But
go.
we're here. We don't disconnect like Tuscaloosa. No way. So let's break these things down. Even with their soul-crushing defeat at the hands of Nelson, Tuscaloosa remains our number one team, 5-1, 24 points. Montreal comes back after their first loss of the season, rocketing back up to 23 points after a clean sweep of Worcester. Guys, we got to talk about Worcester. Do we want to do that now or wait till we get down to there? Let's wait till we get down to where Worcester is. But they're only 1 point behind Tuscaloosa now, so we got a real battle for first and second going into these last couple weeks. Then we have Houston, 5-1, 21 points. So maybe it's a three-team battle there. I mean, they're only a couple points behind as well.
I got Houston this week. It ain't 3 teams.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. All right. Here we go.
It ain't 3 teams.
Damn.
I'm cleaning up the
I see why
5-1
you
board
bought
next.
Glalie this week. I see why you're picking up Glalie now. Damn.
I
all
needed
right.
it.
All right, we see it. We see it. Waco also at 5-1, 16 points, kind of out of that top 3 bubble, but still 5-1, very impressive. And Denver gets back on the winning track, 5-1 with 15 points. Again, kind of out of that top echelon of those top 3 teams, but 5-1 still great. Detroit Steelix 4-2 in 6th place with 14 points. There's Nelson Davenport, 7th place, surprisingly, but 4-2 with 11 points, despite those 2 great wins.
Had a bit of a slow start.
Yeah, and even though you beat Montreal, you only got 1 point for that, so it's not like. But still, 4-2, that's very, very good. And if you can knock Houston down, that should rocket you right up the standings there. 8th place, we got the Minnesota Needle Kings, our last 4-2 team with 9 points. Your very own Boston Braviaries, the lone 3-3 team with 9 points. LA Kinglers sliding down the ranks, but still in a playoff position in 10th place, 2-4, 9 points. Here's the Worcester Delibirds, living up to their namesake, perhaps, 2-4, 7 points, swept for the second time this season. That's what I wanted to get to. Montreal sweeps them, a 6-0 win. They were turning it around. Remember, they started off 0-3. They railed off back-to-back wins, including one against the then undefeated Denver Nine Tails. And then they get swept by Montreal. Will, what do you think about that? Where does that put Worcester? Do you think they have enough gas to kind of rattle off a couple more wins?
I mean, if they were able to take down Denver, they're still a force to be reckoned with.
Maybe if he sweeps his next two opponents, but I don't really see that happening.
Yeah, he would need some commanding wins. At least like maybe 4 Pokemon victories. Because I think 4-4 with decent points will get you into the playoffs.
Yeah, right. What is it, top 10 for playoffs?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like, Worcester's like on the bubble right now. He's on the bubble for top 10. So I guess we have to wait till the next couple weeks play out, see how that goes.
I think he's got a tough schedule, though. I think he's got like Tuscaloosa this week, and then I want to say it's Houston the week after, if I'm not mistaken.
If he has Tuscaloosa this week, then yeah, he's at Houston next week, because that's my same schedule off a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. All right, then we got Will, PSG, 2-4, 6 points. Still within striking distance. If you can close it out, you could make it there in one of those last spots for the playoffs. Then we got the team that PSG defeated, Seattle, our last 2-4 team with 5 points. And then we have our winless teams, 0-6, Charm City Charizards, Mighty Psyduck, and the LTG Lavender Gangars, bringing up the rear. As Chris said, he's going to try and rattle off a win or two to finish out here. He's got some tough opponents. I would like to point out that the last week of the season, Charm City and the Psyducks will play against each other. So, unless they tie somehow,
one of them is
going to win.
One of them will have a win.
One of them will have a win. So, that'll be interesting to see. So, yeah, guys, there's our standings breakdown. Again, 2 weeks left, top 10 teams remaining in the playoffs. So we see like this bubble area, right? Let's say, I don't know, we could say that basically 8 through 13, maybe even 7, is kind of like a bubble area, right? Like, depending on how the season goes for these teams, like win or lose, they could pop out. So in that bubble, Will, what's a team you think will definitely make it and a team you think definitely won't make it?
I think PSG has a definite chance.
Good pick.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll disagree with yourself on that one.
No, I think you have a chance too, Boston.
I better.
Not just saying that because you're the commissioner, just I actually
who
think.
Are playing this week?
No, who are you playing?
We'll look at that after.
Right. Maybe not. Maybe I rescind that.
Anyway, so what's the team on that bubble you think won't make it?
Ooh.
That's a tough one, right? Because it's good to be like, oh, you'll make it.
That's the mean one.
I'm a nice guy. Yeah. No.
That's the mean one.
So I'm actually just pulling the schedule here. It's like you said, Ryan. There are. I'm trying to put the number together. There are 4 different tiers. I could be wrong on that. Obviously, the top 3, who are obviously a shoo-in, Tuscaloosa, Montreal, and Houston.
Mm-hmm.
They're a shoo-in. They could just work on their strategy for the next 2 games and really just see how they're going to prepare themselves for the playoffs. The other 4, Waco, Denver, Detroit, and Davenport. What's up, Nelson?
What's up, buddy?
I mean, obviously, you guys are in good standing. Just make sure you keep it that way. But still look into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then Minnesota, Boston, LA especially, and then Worcester, PSG, and Seattle.
Kind of like that mess down there, right? The 3-3, 2-4 teams. That's sort of like.
Yeah, between 8 and 3, like in the standings, those are the teams that anything can happen. You're still vying for a spot. I mean, obviously, was it Minnesota, Boston, and are in good shape. LA, Worcester, PSG. Hey, it's your chance, man. And then you look at Seattle. They have. I would look at those teams, and even PSG. I mean, if you can pull off a really good win, I mean, this is where the point system really matters. You could have a shot to make it to that 10th spot. That 10th spot is where I look at, because you have these teams at 4-2 and tied with Boston Bravery is having to win. It just helps them that much more to be into that spot. So, it's almost anything. It's almost anything goes between the 9th seed and the 10th seed. But the top 8 teams, I look at them as contenders. But then again, anything could happen. I mean, you could be 4-2, you could be 4-4. Who's to say if you could be knocked out of the league? You know what I mean?
Because I definitely think like Detroit might be safe with 14 points. I think that's close. I think 4-4. Like, let's say, I'm just saying, like, if these 4-2 teams all lose, right? This is hypothetical. So Detroit at 4-4 with 14 points, I think should be good enough to make that like playoff position. But Nelson, I know I've been talking you up, but again, this is hypothetical.
Oh no, it's hypothetical.
Yeah. So let's just say you ended up losing. I don't think 11 points.
Yeah, I feel like Detroit is in that sweet spot. Like he might be able to afford to lose the next 2 weeks, but I don't think I got that luxury.
Yeah, and Minnesota definitely doesn't have that luxury. If they go 4-4, 9 points doesn't cut it, right?
They don't even have double digits.
Yeah, because I mean, I think that a couple of these other teams can rattle off, get to 4-4, and they're all 9 points, 7.6 points. Like if they get a couple wins, right, they're over 10 points, unless it's like a crazy close game. But usually you have 2 or 3 Pokemon remaining, hopefully, for their sake. But yeah, so I could see like you said, Chris, that kind of like third tier, that little like mess of teams. Like a lot of stuff could happen. So Nelson, how about you? This kind of like mess of teams there, like we said, like the 6 through 13. One team that'll definitely make it, one team that won't. Don't name yourself. Don't go the PSG route.
Ah, damn. Now I gotta think about it.
Yeah, one team other than yourself that'll make it.
I kind of want to say the LA Kinglers. I kind of have some hope in them for them making it. I don't see Worcester making it though. Unfortunately, I like Worcester was a cool dude.
Yeah.
But
tough, very tough schedule. He had to get those wins early, I feel, this season to really
really kickstart.
Yeah, and he couldn't get it going early in the season. Then when he did get it going, he hit the wall of 5-0, 4-0, 5-1 teams. That you hope to win 1, maybe 2 of those games, but winning 4 when you kind of like need to win 3 or 4 is pretty tough.
Yeah, when you have to win out and you're paired against the top 4 of the league back to back, it's gonna be tough for him.
Yeah, very true. So a very exciting last couple weeks. We'll have to see how the standings shake out. Let's take a look at this schedule though, since we've kind of been alluding to it. All right, so up here we see Boston going up against the mighty Psyducks. This will be a great game for me. Then we got
$5 on Psyducks.
Oh dang! Well, what do you think the odds are? If you had to put odds on the game,
I say it's in your favor. I think you win this game.
We'll see. I'll have to talk to Ali. He'll let me know what he's doing. All right. So then we got Denver in Detroit. I think this will be a good game.
That's when if that one can get recorded, I would really I very much want to watch that match.
I think both. I mean, I know Devin's been recording, and I always record Denver's games.
Yeah.
I record her games for her, so I assume that we'll get to see both kind of coaches' perspectives. I mean, obviously, I'm a third party kind of speaking after the fact, but still, I think that'll be interesting. Here you are, Chris, going up against Montreal, so key game for you. Take it down. Waco against PSG. Ooh, a little bit of rivalry, Will. What do you think? Easy, right?
I think I can bribe him to lose. Yeah.
Listen, Will. Will, as someone who narrowly lost to Waco, here's the key: don't miss your high horsepower.
All right.
That's the game. Go for Earthquake instead.
Yeah.
Something is, a little weaker, but at least the hit matters.
Don't tell him my strategy, Ryan.
All right, then we got Minnesota against Charm City Charizard. What do you guys think about this one? Like Minnesota, right? He's 4-2, but again, I read his strategy so linearly. Like, he's got a powerful strategy, but it's very linear. So can Charm City see that and react to it like I did? Or in response to that, can Minnesota tweak it enough to counteract that? Or third option, will Minnesota tweak it and Charm City still won't do nothing, and then we got a whole different game?
I mean, I'd like to see. Obviously, you don't want to see a winless team. Obviously, finish out the season 0-8. I haven't really been following Charm City Charizard's matchups, so I would hope that he'd have some strategy to try to put together, at least, to take on Minnesota. Because Minnesota, I mean, we looked at the standings; they're in that that mid-tier bubble of just making the playoffs. So, here's hoping.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, if Charm City can put something together and make a game, this is the game to kind of see it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if Charm City wants to be that Cincinnati Bengals team to get another team in the playoffs, they absolutely could. I mean, we're talking NFL style.
Yeah. I'd like to see it. As one of those bubble teams, I'm sure Will would like to see it too, as one of those bubble teams.
Yeah, I mean, if Charm City brings it, then that gives me a better chance.
Lower ranking.
Yeah.
All right, we got LA versus Seattle. Can LA turn it around this week? Start off 2-0, lost 4 straight. I think this could be the week that they turn around. We'll have to see. Then we got Worcester and Tuscaloosa, which we kind of talked about. Very rough second half of the schedule for Worcester. Hopefully they can learn from whatever mistakes they made in this week's game. For those who haven't watched the game against Montreal, that's up on Crazy HVGC, and I also posted on the 5S Season 2 games. I share that to the playlist. Then we got Nelson the Kingslayer going up against another hot team, the 5-1 Houston Darmanians. Nelson, is this kind of like, what do you think? Ranking this game against the last two that you played, what's your kind of like hype prep? What's your like emotional factor here?
I mean, I just try to take it 1 week at a time. Like when I had to face Montreal and Tuscaloosa, I just prepare for their matches exclusively. So right now I'm trying to prepare for this match. I travel on Friday. I'm going back up to Mass for a week or so. So I'm gonna try to do my battle Thursday night.
Ooh.
But which is like good to get it with somewhat early in the week, but also sucks that it gives me less prep time. But I think I can pull it off.
Nice, awesome. Look forward to it. I think that'd be interesting because that would give more 5-2 teams. Again, kind of compress the schedule a little. Awesome. So that's kind of the week. The rest of these teams are kind of repeats. Awesome. So that's kind of like our look and review of the league. Very interesting. I think Chris brought up a great point that it's kind of 4 tiers have kind of formed. Obviously all subject to change, etc. But you got kind of those top 3 teams all with 20 plus points. You got these other 5-1/4-2 kind of teams. Then you got this mess of lower 4-2 to 2-4 teams, and then you got the those trying to make some upsets at the bottom there. All right, guys, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the podcast. That's right, mail time. Here we go. All right, we got quite a few questions, so a few specifically for Nelson and the Davenport Dragapults. So we'll start off with a couple of those. Nelson, and I don't know where this came from. You can probably enlighten on this a little bit more, but is it true that you always choose a random starting pair in your double games?
I don't always. I mean, no, I don't always. It just worked. I had one lead planned out for Tom, which is supposed to be, I think it was supposed to be Serena Cinderis. And then the timer ran out, I ended up randomly getting Serena Keldeo, which just worked out amazing. But it's like God's plan.
There you go. Well, it happens sometimes, right? Not the Pokemon you play, it's how you play them. All right, another question for Nelson. As a new player, what's your overall view of the league? Are the players more or less skilled than you expected? How do you enjoy the league overall?
So the league, it's alright. Like honestly, this league is what got me back into like playing Gen A because I haven't played. Besides the game itself, I haven't played try to play competitively in a couple years. So they said it, and honestly, if this season would have been singles, I probably wouldn't have been participating because I'm less familiar with it. But no, it's alright. The league's cool. I'm having fun with it. I'm looking forward to my battles every week, and when it comes to the skill level, I'm not sure. That there's some matches are really easy, and then other matches are and not to mention that you can kind of tell. I can at least tell by the people I've been playing against the caliber of players I have to deal with. So there's more variety, but it's notable who the higher tier players are.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think, and that's kind of what this league brings is we're just a bunch of friends trying to have fun playing Pokemon, right? So, the skill level can vary, but at the end of the day, I mean, we're all amateurs, right? Tom might be trying to start a VGC career, but we'll see how that takes off. All right. Speaking of Tom, our next question, opinions on him announcing that he won't be returning next season, and will the league be different without his breeding services and AKA Tom's tips? So I'll kind of say something about this real quick. Obviously, respect to Tom. He's a great competitor, great coach. It seems like he kind of wants to do his own solo thing. I know he just kind of launched a YouTube channel. He's kind of been doing stuff on that. So I don't know if he wants to get more into, and he's been tinkering with the VGC, actual competitive tournament Pokemon. So I don't know if that's just more where his mindset is. Plus, he just graduated school, so I'm sure he has a life. And as a new dad, I can tell you that life gets busy. So I can understand a lot of different factors for that. I'll let you guys kind of go around, say what you want to say about that.
Yeah, he's a great player. It'll suck without him, but whatever. And is it confirmed that he still won't breed Pokemon?
Hey, I'm sure he won't say no to $2, right?
That's my thought.
You could probably even talk him down to $1.50.
I don't know.
That in mind.
I was talking to him, and he was talking about raising his prices a little bit, even for me.
Whoa, okay, and that might push some people out of the market out. Listen, he was very liberal with giving shinies. That I think you can charge premium for.
Absolutely, Chinese. Yeah. I wouldn't mind paying a little extra for a shiny or egg moves.
You want a regular Pokemon, fine, $2, whatever. You want a shiny, double that, buddy. There's a premium, $5 for a shiny, right?
You want egg moves? $1 per egg move.
Ooh, there you go. Maybe 50 cents per egg move, because I might need a couple egg moves.
Do you need a Pokemon from a previous gen? Extra $1.
Exactly.
Oh, that you have to use bank for that. That's actually.
Yeah, I know. I'm paying top dollar for that Swoobat.
If he has to go from bank to home, it's $1 per
per transaction.
Yeah, easily. That's annoying.
Yeah, so I can see different tiers, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Chris, how about you?
I mean, Tom's obviously a great competitor, but I'm sure he has his reasons for wanting to pursue other interests. But it doesn't mean anything about the rest of the league, and as long as it carries on. And still goes strong. So more power to him. I've gotten to know Tom pretty well, and he's really good at what he does with Pokemon. He really is. So I give him all the props in the world.
Yeah, I will say one more thing before we move on to the next question. I know Tom wants this Season 2 trophy, which I'm looking into making a really cool trophy. I got some ideas. I want to make it like a perpetual trophy, so you get like your name engraved every season. Your team goes on to the next person. Tom, if you win, you will of course get your picture and your team engraved. But if you leave the league, I don't know if I can let you hold on to it because I kind of need that back, for the next person. No offense, but you will get your picture with it.
It's gonna be sad to see Montreal go.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said, I think
and Detroit.
Yeah. To everyone, how is the latter half of the season going for everyone? Do you think that the standings will change or stay the same? Nelson, what do you think about this as far as like the standings? I mean, we kind of talked about this already.
Yeah, we kind of touched upon this earlier, but I feel like that middle section that we're in, from like I think you said 7 to I want to say 11. That point, it all depends on how the next weeks play out for us. Tom and Tuscaloosa, I think they're definitely both in. Like, even if things go horribly wrong for both teams in the upcoming weeks, I think they're still a shoe-in. And I feel like for me, personally, the season picked up when I had to face Ninetales because I looked at the schedule like I got this undefeated, this undefeated, this undefeated, this X-1 back to back. So that's like honestly, that's actually when I started like putting more into practicing. But I feel like ever since the Denver match is when I started getting my shit together.
Nice. Chris, how about you? Any other words about the standings? I mean, I feel like you broke it down the best out of everybody.
Yeah, it's going to really come down to the teams that are 2 and 4. They do not have the luxury of sleeping off and looking into the playoffs. They need to come in. They need to come into attack and utilize their free agency and trading that they can to work on their lineups and focus on their matchups, because that's the way that they're going to get to that next top. I mean, it starts with wins, and whatever the point system works out, that's how it's going to work for them. Even with Boston, I mean, 3-3, not something really to sleep on. But 4-2, 5-1, they can focus. They have more of that luxury, but Boston very, very down. That so that focus
3-3, like you still need a very solid win or at least 2 wins.
It's a grind.
Be in there for sure.
It's a grind.
Will, any other words for that? Any other thoughts? All right.
No, we're good.
This isn't a question that's on there, but I thought I'd bring it up just while we have the schedule thing going. Chris, as one of those kind of like 0-6 teams, kind of having a baseball analogy here, kind of like a Miami Marlins, as you would, all of them with COVID, God bless them. But do you feel like you are now a farm system for some of these upper teams? Will they be trying to pluck your star players? Do you feel like you will be getting a lot of trade requests your way this week?
I wouldn't really be sure if if people would be offering trades and everything, because I think they already are set with the strategies that they already have, just given how they are with Pokemon. I think, just to keep the integrity, people will keep the integrity of the league. They would just try to keep with the Pokemon that they have. But no, I don't see any like trades in the foreseeable future, really. With my Pokemon anyway.
Will, you going to be sending Chris some trade requests?
I might, yeah.
There you go.
Actually looking at what he has right now.
Oh, dang. Here we go. Here we go. The Red Sox and the Yankees plucking from the Twins and from the Marlins and everything. Here we go. Trade deadline. All right.
The Vultures.
Right. So this is another question to everybody. I mean, all these questions are to everybody, but Are you surprised with who won this week? I don't think there were any crazy upsets. I mean, you could say, Nelson, your win was an upset, especially how kind of one-sided it was. I don't know, did you guys see any major upsets or surprising wins?
I'm a little surprised I won, but
Oh, that you won?
yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Other than that, no.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Dragapults definitely were the surprise this week in terms of surprise matchups.
Yeah, for sure. Especially how commanding the win was. I can agree with that.
Right.
All right. What do you think will happen this final week of trades? Do you think some teams will be trading a lot of Mons away? So this is actually kind of what I spoke about. You know, maybe I can see like one of those 0-6 teams like Psyducks or Charm City. I don't want to put words in Chris's mouth, so I'll use them because they're not here to defend themselves. They might want to trade away their entire teams and just try something different, right? Just have fun these last 4 weeks. Oh yeah, I'll get this Pokemon, I'll get this one, I'll try anything, whatever. What do you guys think?
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, why not?
Like basically starting over with all new Pokemon. That sounds like a lot of work, but sounds fun.
I mean, I don't want to throw jazz, but if you're 0-6, I mean, what's the worst that could happen if you're trying something new?
Yeah, and that's the way I look at it. I mean, I said I don't see any foreseeable trades from other teams, but I mean, I won't say no if an opportunity comes up. I mean, I had to trade with Montreal. I think that helped me out this week and everything. And for me, it's just all about improving, really.
Yeah, I think obviously like it still has to be a mutual or not like a lopsided trade, right?
That'd be at least even.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously all the trades go through the ERC and everything, so we would kind of see like, okay, this trade's a little wonky, but...
Or hey, if both parties are happy, then...
Doing something fun, like, okay, I want to try out this Pokemon, or like...
Like, the week before Tom, I had to battle Tom, he said he wanted to trade his Bisharp and Cinderace for my... I think it was Aegislash and Scrafty.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. I'm looking into it like I can see myself using these two for the foreseeable future, like lasting me longer. But that was like a big trade for me this season.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, next question. What was your first or happiest Pokemon-related memory? Nelson, why don't you start us off with this? A little wholesome content here on the
Wholesome
society.
content.
That's right. What
right.
was little baby Nelson doing with his first Pokeball?
My baby Nelson with his first Pokeball, I want to say it was Pokemon Crystal or Pokemon Yellow. It was one of those two. Those two were my first Pokemon games. And I remember I was like in the 3rd grade trying to beat Red on Mountain Silver. All like 2 days race, I could not beat this advanced team to the point where my school had a school dance thing. I brought my Game Boy there, and I was just like trying to beat Red the whole time. And I was able to beat him midway through the dance. It was fun. I was like one of the earliest ones.
Nelson never recovered from that 5th grade dance. Poor guy.
I
Well,
should have put the Game Boy down.
Well, early Pokemon memory. Something
Yellow
that warms your heart.
Yellow was definitely my first game, and I remember having a really good Pidgeot, but then I got to the 3rd gym and I couldn't beat it because my only good Pokemon was a Pidgeot. And Lieutenant Surge kicked my butt with a Raichu. But like the happiest one is I remember before elementary school, sometimes just watching Pokemon if I was ready for school early.
Oh, yeah. It was always on at like 7 a.m. on WB or whatever.
Yeah. It was like, what else to do while waiting for the bus besides watch Pokemon?
There you go. Chris, how about you? Wholesome childhood Chris. Playing your Game Boy. Got his bowl of cereal on a Saturday morning.
I definitely started with Red and Blue. That was the original game. I remember. Yeah,
We're all OGs.
We're all OGs. Yes, very much so. Yeah, that I think my earliest memory. I always played Pokemon with my brother. We would get like the same versions usually, and as we got older, we'd have like separate versions. I would have X, he'd have Y. I'd have Silver, he'd have Gold. I mean, it would always just play out, and I just facing my brother. Those were my earliest memories. And now, like we're at our age now, we still play Pokemon together. But this time around, we both have swords, so we really didn't really win there. Yeah, so
see if he's interested in joining the league next season.
Yeah, I know my brother. He's definitely a competitive battler. I've learned a lot from the league, and actually was able to beat him in a exhibition match that we did with the doubles team that I used. So kudos to this league for everything that I've learned, at least with the double battles and everything. But yeah, so I mean, he's definitely a competitive battler, but just those memories, just as we've grown up together with Pokemon, I mean, it's a fad that never goes away. The fad that'll never die. It's great.
God hope not. Yeah. So my first Pokemon memory, Christmas of what was it, '97? I want to say. I got that. We all know the Game Boy Color, right? The purple see-through one. Like every kid wanted that one. I got that and Pokemon Red for Christmas that year. That was the year the game came out. I remember as a kid at the Boys and Girls Club, I'd be playing it all the time because I went to there after school and like during the summer and everything. And I could not beat the Elite Four ever, right? I'm like some 7-year-old kid. I could never like do well enough to actually beat the Elite Four, but I remember I beat it once with the original Red. Don't remember my full team, but I remember I had Venusaur, and it was like the only time I ever picked Venusaur because who the hell picked Venusaur in those games when you could have Charizard or Blastoise? But
I mean, to be fair, Bulbasaur gave you it was so much easier. The first 2 games were so much easier with Bulbasaur.
As a kid, you don't think that, right?
Not at first. After like a few tries of going at it with the Charmander, I was like, all right, screw it, let's go with Bulbasaur. And it just worked out better. But I was older.
After that, another memory I really like is when Gold and Silver came out. My mom brought me a Toys R Us. I got one game, Silver, and she bought me the other one, but I had to wait till Christmas for that one. So I was able to beat Silver, and by the time Christmas came around, I got Gold and beat that one too. And another fun memory I have, and this one's a lot more recent, before Sword and Shield came out, I went on a road trip with my wife down to North Carolina, and I downloaded Pokemon Red back onto my 3DS, and I replayed Red, and I actually smoked the game with my knowledge now. So very good.
Who was your starter?
I beat everybody. All right, last question of the night.
Squirtle was best starter.
How does everyone think the league is perceived by those who are not in the league? So I assume this means like YouTube videos. I mean, mostly people just in the league are the ones watching it, from what I understand. I saw someone who I don't think was in the league commented on one of the YouTube videos asking why Worcester chose a certain move on their Halucha over another one, but then they deleted their own comment. Because I went to like look at it and I couldn't find it and I kept refreshing.
Why didn't the Halucha have acrobatics? Why did you give it aerial ace?
Yeah. Oh, did you comment that?
That wasn't me, but I think I know who it is. I think I saw the same comment.
Yeah, and then it was just like deleted. So I don't know. I mean, whatever. We're just having fun, right? What do you guys think, I guess, in response to this question?
I mean, it's a weird question because, like, who else really watches the videos besides those who are in the league?
My mom. Hi, Mom.
Does your mom have any opinions on the league?
Mom, my mom's actually the only person outside the league who's ever asked a question for one of these podcasts. Mom, support us. Support your baby son. Alright, so yeah. C'est la vie, right? As PSG would say.
See, that was good. That was a good joke.
I know.
Yeah, that was good.
All right, guys. So, any last comments as we round out the podcast tonight? Nelson, great job really turning it up this latter half of the season, really becoming a team for us to watch. Chris, I'm excited to see what you do these last couple weeks. Are you gonna do something dang crazy? Or are you gonna
we didn't do the MVP yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. I posted on the Discord, hopefully, because there were only like so many votes, so hopefully some more people put some votes in. Let's see. Refresh. All right, we got a couple more votes, but it still didn't change the outcome. Drum roll. Your week 6 MVP, G-Max Lapras of Montreal. Congrats to G-Max Lapras. Well deserved. 4 KOs this week.
Beautiful.
Rounding
nice.
out, we had Bronze
Word.
on. I would have loved to see this game, which it could have been recorded, but I heard Bronzong was doing some wacky things. So support Pokemon, doing well. Vikavolt, a low C tier, doing well, 3 KOs. And Gyarados, back-to-back nominations. Only 1 vote, maybe some voter fatigue there. But actually, that's very interesting. I didn't watch the match, but did you guys notice that Gyarados died to an earthquake? How'd that happen? Did anyone watch that?
No.
Is it flying?
It
He's
is.
flying, yeah.
Maybe something hit it with a smackdown or
Yeah,
a
that's
gravity.
Oh yeah, gravity because of G-Max Orbeetle. There we go.
Okay.
That's why we have Nelson on the podcast, folks.
All right.
He just spits out words and then they make sense. All right,
I have the
guys,
best words.
we're gonna round this out. Thanks again for watching. Keep up with the society here on the podcast. Check out our battle videos. Go check out Crazy 8's VGC. You can see his videos in the Season 2 game and then go to his channel from there. Give him a like and subscribe. Wish him luck after this season. And keep battling, guys. See ya.
See you, Ryan.